O gods, may we hear auspicious words with the ears. While engaged in yagnas, may we see auspicious things with the eyes. While praising the gods with steady limbs, may we enjoy a life that is beneficial to the gods. May Indra of ancient fame be auspicious to us. May the supremely rich or all-knowing Pusa, god of the earth, be propitious to us. May Garud, the destroyer of evil, be well disposed towards us. May Brahaspati ensure our welfare. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. The Mundaka Upanishad is one of the most profound texts in Hindu philosophy, offering a deep insight into the nature of reality, self-realization, and the path to liberation. As part of the Atharvaved, the Upanishad is considered a key Vedantic scripture. Its teachings emphasize the understanding of Brahman, the supreme consciousness, and how it manifests in all beings. Through a series of thought-provoking mantras, it explores the concepts of duality and non-duality, action, knowledge, and liberation. The Mundaka Upanishad is divided into 3 parts, each divided into sections. Each section presents different aspects of the spiritual journey, taking the seeker from understanding the individual soul, Jiv, to the final union with the Supreme Being Brahman. This video will focus on the 3rd Mundaka, which contains several verses that outline the relationship between Jiv and Brahman and the path towards self-realization. This section describes the Atma and Paramatma as 2 birds residing on the same tree in a state of companionship. One of these birds tastes the tree's fruits, while the other does not. The individual soul, Jivatma, partakes of the tree's fruits, driven by desires and inclinations. However, the Supreme Self, Paramatma, remains merely a witness to this process, untouched and observant. Engrossed in attachment and worldly experiences, the Jivatma suffers and finds itself entangled in the cycle of pleasure and pain. When the Jivatma, through the guidance of sages and self-realization, attains the knowledge of Paramatma, it achieves liberation. This liberation is realizing one's true nature, transcending all dualities and limitations. When the Jiv recognizes the radiant Supreme Being, the creator and sustainer of the cosmos, it transcends both good and bad karma. It becomes pure and exalted and attains equality with the Supreme. The Paramatma is the life force that shines in all beings. Those who truly understand this reality give up egoism, realizing that the same divine presence exists equally in all beings. Such individuals become immersed in the bliss of the self, reveling in the infinite joy within. A person who perceives the supreme reality in all beings and understands that Brahman pervades everything becomes supreme among the enlightened. The brilliance of Brahman can be known through truth, austerity, knowledge, and practices like celibacy. Only those whose hearts are completely pure and free from all faults can perceive the Brahman. This is emphasized in the famous statement from this section, Satyamev Jayate, truth alone triumphs. This phrase, which also appears on the Ashok emblem, signifies the victory of truth and is a cornerstone of the spiritual path leading to liberation. Through a desireless state and selfless actions, one can walk the path of light, leading to union with Paramatma. The Brahman is described as infinitely tremendous and beyond the reach of human thought. It transcends the grasp of the senses, mind, and intellect. It is subtler than the subtlest and simultaneously farther than the farthest, while being closer than the closest. residing in the hearts of all beings. The senses or mind cannot perceive Brahm, but can be realized through the grace of knowledge and a purified consciousness. The ultimate form of Brahman is devoid of attributes, yet it manifests as the cosmos. Those who meditate with a pure mind realize this cosmic and formless aspect of Brahm. Here, it is stated that the seeker, through pure and luminous meditation, attains the supreme abode of Brahm. Those who know their true self, Atman, are depicted as individuals who reach the eternal abode of Brahm, encompassing the entire universe. Desireless devotion to Paramatma leads to liberation. The liberated soul transcends the cycles of birth and death by understanding the eternal and non-eternal. A person bound by desires is reborn in accordance with those desires, whereas a desireless soul attains freedom. This section emphasizes that Atman is not attained merely through intellectual learning, lectures, or scholarly knowledge. Instead, it is revealed to those who earnestly and sincerely aspire to know Paramatma, dedicating themselves wholeheartedly to the path. The Upanishad explains that self-realization requires a combination of intellect, faith, and consistent effort. Paramatma reveals itself to seekers who demonstrate unwavering devotion and purity of heart. It highlights that individuals who lack strength, discipline, or clear understanding cannot achieve realization. Similarly, those who merely engage in rituals without inner understanding also remain distant from the truth. Genuine seekers filled with faith, purity, and resolve find the path to Brahm revealed. These realized individuals transcend desires, remain detached from the world, and rest in the eternal bliss of Brahm. The Upanishad compares a river merging with the ocean, losing its individual name and form, and the realized soul merging with Brahm. Just as rivers abandon their distinct identities and dissolve into the ocean, enlightened beings renounce their ego and individuality, uniting with the Supreme. Those who are free from desires and possess pure hearts become one with the omnipresent Brahm. Liberation is achieved by understanding Brahm through the study of Vedantic scriptures, combined with detachment and disciplined practices. It concludes by emphasizing that Brahm is not attained through mere intellectual pursuit, but through dedicated karma, wisdom, and devotion. Together, these three lead to the realization of the eternal truth. As we conclude this profound exploration of the third Mundaka's first section, we are reminded of the eternal truth that the soul's journey is one of awakening and self-realization. The imagery of the two birds on a single tree beautifully encapsulates the duality of human experience, where one bird represents the striving, experiencing soul and the other, the serene, witnessing Supreme Self. Through devotion, wisdom, and the practice of detachment, we can transcend worldly desires and align ourselves with the infinite Brahm. Let this knowledge inspire us to purify our hearts, embrace the path of righteousness, and experience the bliss of divine unity. Thank you for joining us on this spiritual journey. Stay tuned for more explorations into the depths of ancient wisdom on this channel.